Okay, so have you ever heard someone say, create your own opportunities, and just kind of rolled your eyes?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Like, it's one of those things that sounds good, like on a motivational poster or something, but like, how do you actually do it?
Exactly. It can seem kind of vague and cliche, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a deep dive today on this blog post by Ben Sonoyki
Right.
called Creating Your Own
Yeah.
Opportunities. It's over on aspireandandact.com, and he actually lays out a framework for how to do it.
Oh, cool.
And we also have a YouTube channel, by the way, at Aspire and Act,
Mm-hmm.
where Ben done some videos. So
Nice.
anyway, so we're going to dive into this blog post and see if there's actually something here.
All right, let's do it.
So one of the things that stood out to me right away was how Ben emphasizes the importance of having a vision.
Vision. Right.
And he's not just talking about like a vague desire for something better, but like a clearly defined goal.
I think that's a really important distinction because I think a lot of times people will say, oh, I want to, be rich or I want to be successful or whatever, but they don't actually have a clear picture of what that looks like for them.
Yeah, it's like if you were going on a road trip,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't just get in the car and start driving without knowing where you're going.
No way. You got to know the destination.
Exactly. You got to have a destination in mind.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing with our lives. Like, what is it that you actually want to achieve?
So true.
What are you working towards?
Right. And even like maybe thinking about specific areas of your life where you might want to be more intentional about having that vision like.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it your career? Is it relationships? Is it personal growth like?
Yeah.
What is it that you really want to create for yourself?
Yeah. And so once you have that vision, then comes the part that a lot of people get tripped up on,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually taking action.
Ah, yes, the doing part.
The doing part, right?
Easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben's not really about just sitting around daydreaming about your goals.
Right. He's all about actually putting in the work.
Like he gives this example in the blog post about starting a business, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not enough to just have this idea of, I want to be an entrepreneur.
Mm.
You got to actually do the research.
Yeah, you got to like make a plan.
You got to network. You got to find mentors.
Yeah.
You got to take those concrete steps.
And I think what's cool about that is that it shows you that action doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. It
Right.
can be a series of small steps that you take consistently over time.
I like that. Yeah. And it does make it feel less overwhelming, right?
Absolutely.
Because you're not trying to do everything at once.
Right.
It's just like, what is one small thing that I can do today to move myself closer to my goal?
Totally. And it makes you think, like, what's one small thing that I can do today
Yeah.
towards something that I want to achieve? I'm going to ask myself that too.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then the third piece of this whole opportunity creation puzzle that Ben talks about is resilience.
Okay, resilience. Why is that important?
Because let's face it, things don't always go according to plan.
Never do.
Right? We've all had those moments where we get knocked down or we face a setback,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
whether it's a job rejection
Yep.
or a creative project that flops or
Your relationship that doesn't work out.
exactly like anything.
Anything.
And so Ben uses this word resilience.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because like research actually shows that resilience is not some innate quality.
Oh, so you're not just born with it or without it.
Exactly. It's
What-
something that you can actually develop and build over time.
Like a muscle, you can strengthen it.
Exactly. So instead of seeing those challenges as like the end of the road,
Yeah.
it's more like a detour.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah, a chance to kind of like recalibrate and find a new path.
Yeah. Or maybe even discover a more scenic route.
Right. Sometimes those detours lead to something even better than what you originally planned.
Exactly. So to recap, Ben's framework for creating opportunities really boils down to these three things:
All right, lay it on me.
vision, action, and resilience.
Okay, I like it. It's like a little formula.
It is kind of like a
Yeah,
formula.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, like, if you could create any opportunity for yourself, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And what's one step, no matter how small, that you could take this week to start making that opportunity a reality?
Man, those are some thought-provoking questions. I think I'm going to need some time to ponder those.
Yeah, me too. And if you're feeling inspired to create your own opportunities, definitely check out Ben's full blog post.
Yes, do it.
It's called Creating Your Own Opportunities.
Catchy.
And it's on aspireandact.com.
Awesome.
And you can also find more inspiring content over on our YouTube channel at Aspire and Act.
Cool.
Until next time, keep creating those opportunities.
Keep hustling.